Hi Aries and Aries rising, this is your September 2016 forecast. Okay, so September, a very good month for you, promising in terms of love, marriage, possibly making a relationship public, and a lot of very benefic aspects around that. Also, it's time for a bit of house cleaning, and that's because September has two eclipses. We've got a solar eclipse on the 1st of September in your 6th house, and a lunar eclipse in your 12th house on the 16th of September. So these are the houses of work and health, and it can show that there needs to be a bit of house cleaning with regards to these areas of your life. So let's look at how the month plays out. So on the 1st of September, there's that solar eclipse in your 6th house. Mercury is also retrograde in your 6th house. So the 6th house is the house of work, health. So it's, how you relate to your colleagues, organization at work, routines. So the eclipse here is going to show new beginnings. Some of you may feel very inspired to get a new job even. So you'll feel that itch. Just try not to be impulsive because eclipses can make one behave a bit erratically. So think things through. So you could certainly be considering a new job. In terms of health, this is when you want to get your affairs in order. So it's time to adopt a realistic exercise or eating plan. And in terms of the office space, it's with Mercury retrograde here, you really want to get all your affairs in order, connect with your colleagues, attend to details and paperwork, so reorganize, diarize. So like I said, try and be organized in terms of work and health, and this eclipse could be very powerful for you like that. And like I said, it may be as dramatic as looking for a new job. Just don't be too impulsive, and like I said, think things through. Okay, and let's see, in terms of love, marriage, romance, Jupiter is going to be moving into your 7th house, where it will be joining Venus in Libra. So Venus in Libra is already there, which is always promising for you, in your 7th house. So good for significant partnerships. So this can also be good for business partnerships, because it's just you getting along with other people very well. But Venus is such a signifier for love that if there is something like that, or the chance for something like that, you may choose to formalize a relationship. So can be good even for engagements and possibly marriage. Okay, so moving through the month day by day, on the 1st of September, like I said, there's that solar eclipse in your 6th house. So like I said, get your affairs in order at work and adopt any kind of diet or exercise plan and make sure that it's sustainable. And just pay attention to what you need to eliminate in your life, because that's really coming up with the full moon eclipse as well, being in your 12th house. So look at things that you need to get rid of, dietary habits and routine habits in work and health that don't serve you anymore. So flush those things out. On the 2nd of September, Mercury conjuncts Jupiter in your 6th house. So like I said, Mercury retrograde and Jupiter here. This is good for office relationships. So like I said, try and put a bit of spirit of teamwork into your engagement with colleagues. So very good for getting along with them and coming to the same conclusions around matters of old business. So like I said, good for business relationships in terms of office dynamics. On the 7th, the Sun will trine Pluto from your 6th to your 10th house. This is a very powerful aspect for getting recognition for work. So you're feeling very sure of yourself and confident, and this is one where, your ambition and drive is going to really push to get you recognition for what you do professionally. So it's good for career honors and making an impact in your work. So a good day for you, needless to say. Okay, and on the 9th, this is when Jupiter moves into your 7th house. So Jupiter in your 7th house, it's going to be in Libra for an entire year, so until next October. So Jupiter in this house is good for all significant relationships in your life. It can in itself be a good aspect for marriage, not necessarily, but also good for business partnerships. And really, it's going to help you in Libra, Jupiter is going to help with social connections of all kinds. So there's going to be the opportunity to make those kinds of contacts and form significant relationships. So lucky you with Jupiter in your 7th in Libra. where it's going to be supported by a favorable aspect with Saturn. So it's really going to allow for a lot of growth and opportunity and expansion in the area of significant relationships. On the 10th, Saturn squares Neptune from the 9th to the 12th. This has been a bit of a troublesome aspect this year. It's led to a lot of dissipated energy and confusion and self-doubt and just unnecessary restrictions and delays and obstacles. So for you, this has been between your 9th and 12th houses. This could have showed up for you possibly as being of service to other people, so sacrificing a lot for other people without necessarily getting returns or without being supported in turn. But in general, like I said, just a lot of obstacles around things that you want to get off the ground as well. The 9th house has to do with ventures that you want to launch that possibly have to do with travel, learning, or teaching. So frustration in these areas. So luckily this aspect peaks now and it will start to dissipate, because it's been quite an odious aspect this year and really led to us feeling pretty hemmed in some areas of our life, and that we just can't get things going. This has been even more so because Saturn has been with Mars in Sagittarius, so really a difficulty getting a push. But more on Mars later, because that's your ruling planet and he'll be moving into Capricorn at the end of the month, which is going to be great for you. So on the 11th, there's Venus is squaring Pluto from the 7th to the 10th. Watch out for this one. I mean, it's in your house of significant relationships and the house of career or work. So this one can be a bit of a power play or power dynamic, you know, so being a bit too dominating, being a bit too pushy. This can be with a romantic or business partner or with a boss. So just watch those sorts of energies, and you may also find that you're at the mercy of them too. So it can be a bit of conflict, possibly with women. On the 16th of September, there's a full moon eclipse in your 12th house. This eclipse has got difficult aspects to Mars, and in your 12th house, this is a house of isolation, review. It can also show a need for aloneness and retreat. And like I said, with the difficult aspects to Mars, and because it's in your 12th house, what the most productive outcome here would be to, like I said, let go of things that aren't working for you anymore. This can be habits with regard to health and work, where things have become pretty much intolerable. So really look at what you can weed out of your life so that you can make the most of the positive things happening elsewhere in the chart. So this is a bit of a spring clean for you, these eclipses. You know, cleaning up those important areas of your life so that things can move and function smoothly. And like I said, oh sorry, I haven't mentioned this yet, but because of the difficult aspects to Mars, you might be feeling a bit hot-tempered at this time, especially since you're ruled by Mars. And just remember that with a full moon lunar eclipse, and with any full moon, emotions can kind of froth up and boil over and spill into areas of our life. So you really want to watch that temper. If possible, work alone at this time. You know, you'll be very productive like that. And like I said, apply that energy to fixing problems and eliminating what isn't working for you anymore. On the 17th, Mars will trine Uranus from your 9th to your 1st. This is a real opportunity for something different, something new. You know, if you want to realize your dreams through travel, learning, teaching, an opportunity may present itself to you. So there may be an opportunity to do something different and unusual with regards to those areas. So it'll be a fun aspect like that, something unexpected. And on the 18th and the 19th, Venus is opposing Uranus and then sextiling Mars. So these can show, you know, these can be very good for also trying something new, something unexpected. But this would pertain to other people, so it's good for dating if you are single, so, or doing something fun with a partner or a friend, you know, something out of the ordinary. Venus sextiling Mars is a good aspect for chemistry and teamwork. So, like I said, good for dating, but also good for socializing in general. So, you know, use this aspect for good teamwork if nothing else. Between the 20th and the 23rd, Mercury will be trining Pluto from your 6th to your 10th houses, and this is just before Mercury goes direct. So, like I said, with Mercury retrograde, you know, you've been polishing up things, you've been working on presentation with regards to work projects. You've been getting your affairs in order. So if you've been doing that, then this aspect will really pull those things together. You know, your ideas are going to be punchy. You're going to be very problem solving. You're going to be very organized and efficient. So use this to pull things together and perfect them so that when Mercury goes direct just after this, that you can launch those sorts of things or set those things in motion. And so Mercury does go direct on the 22nd of September. Just give it a few days to pick up speed. And then make use of the following aspects, because the Sun is moving into Libra in your 7th house, where it's going to be joined or conjuncting Jupiter. So if there's something that you want to launch, this would be very good for launching business deals and contracts, or because, like I said, it's your 7th house of significant relationships, formalizing a relationship or taking it to the next level. So also just a very good aspect for feeling optimistic, energized, broad-minded, liberal. And like I said, Jupiter is going to be in your 7th house for a year. So like I said, lucky you. It's really going to give you a lot of opportunities and for growth and expansion through partnerships. So on the 30th of September, there's a new moon in Libra. And just prior to that, Mars has moved into Capricorn. So now Mars is free of Saturn at last. And this is your ruling planet, so it's very important for you. And Mars will now be in your 10th house in Capricorn, where it's really driven to achieve status, recognition, you know, so feeling very ambitious and very dynamic in a very practical way. So this is going to be great for you like that. So lots of good aspects happening like so. And like I said, just use the eclipse energy, which can be a bit wild and erratic sometimes, to clean house and get your affairs in order, deal with health problems, deal with problems at work. And like I said, take some time out if need be to go over your affairs and, you know, just decide where you stand on things. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to book a consultation, you can go to my website and email me. And otherwise, if you'd like to find out more information about the solar eclipse, you can also visit my website to read a comprehensive article on it. Thank you so much for listening.